My name is Brian Smith. I'm a training specialist with the Forensic Test for Alcohol branch with the State Department of Health and Human Services. And I nominated Kenny Benfield for MADD Award for Excellence because Kenny has served in several different capacities related to impaired driving, and I've never seen anybody that had the heart for impaired driving enforcement that he does on all fronts, not just from an enforcement angle, but from a teaching angle as well. I met Kenny when he was a police officer with the town of Dobson Police Department, which he still does in a part-time capacity, and he was one of their top DWI enforcement officers in the county at the time, and he became a drug recognition expert was when I first met him. Kenny has served, we were fortunate enough that we were able to get him to come to work for the Forensic Test for Alcohol branch as a field technician in the Winston-Salem region. And during that time, since 2015, Kenny has also stepped up to the role of state DRE, standardized field sobriety testing, and alcohol screening test device training coordinator, or program manager. He oversees all the training programs for that. In addition to those duties, he also certifies or looks at the credentials for the lab analysts who analyze blood samples for DWI cases across the state of North Carolina and approves their qualifications. He basically does background investigations for them, and also serves on numerous committees throughout the state, as well as national committees with the International Association of Chiefs of Police, with the Drug Recognition Expert Program, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration as well, and appears on behalf and represents the state at various functions across the country. Has done numerous presentations and numerous training classes. He trains officers in breath testing with the Forensic Test for Alcohol branch, also standardized field sobriety testing, drug recognition expert training, and has also been instrumental in bringing a program into the state that is offered under the guidelines of the drug recognition expert program called drug impairment training for educational professionals and for other professionals as well, where they're trained school resource officers, school nurses, school personnel, or employers are trained to look for signs of potential impaired individuals or potential drug use to hopefully stop them before they get into a car and drive. So that it's not just, and that's why I say Kenny's not just interested in the enforcement angle, but also in the prevention angle. And if we can prevent them from getting in the car in the first place, then that's a statistic that doesn't happen. I've never seen anybody, many times some of these meetings, some of these trainings are done at his own expense, out of his own pocket, on his own time, because he's dedicated. I guess the best way I could describe him is Kenny in North Carolina is like the Energizer Bunny for DWI enforcement. He keeps going and going and going, and he's answering emails, he's responding to things time and time again at different times, day and night, at all hours. Kenny is very reachable, very approachable, and has taken the programs that he's been placed in charge of an additional step. He's taken them forward even further. And recently he's even been tasked with additional responsibilities for the administration of the breath testing programs as well. So he's taken on even more responsibilities than he had before. To me, Kenny Benfield is, if there's ever been a DWI hero in the state, Kenny Benfield personifies that. You would see his picture there beside that in the dictionary.